Hey, members of the vinyl community, Tony P with the Queen. We're heading down the road here. We're going to go back to that record store that I talked to you about earlier, the Preserving the Record Shop. Okay. Today's my birthday. I have a little bit of mad money left. So I'm going to see what they have. Now, we're going to make a day of it. We're going to go hunt for chocolate, too. There's a chocolate store down here that the Queen really likes. I'm not going to videotape. I might videotape the chocolate store, too. I don't know yet. But we're going down to Preserving Records, Preserving the Record, and see what I can find. So stay tuned. We're going to be on our way. I'll see you there. Well, we did have to make a stop at a candy store, as I promised you. So we'll do a little pit stop before you hit the record store. Now, this is not the original store that I was in. This is Preserving the Vinyl. The other store was Preserving the Record. Okay, it's a really nice place. Now this is it, of course, in downtown New Kensington. A lot of stuff. I was talking to one of the employees here, and he said they had purchased a store that had 250,000 records. And he has a little bit of everything. He has, like you see here, he has funk and soul. He goes all the way down to oldies. And I'll show you a little bit. He has over 2,000 records that are $2 down in the basement. I'll show you a little clip of that later. But he has a lot of stuff here. Blues, and I hope that music doesn't get me suspended from YouTube. But a lot of good stuff. The prices are pretty average. They're not gonna kill you. But a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And I love the fact that one of it's called Weirdo. I don't know exactly what that is. I don't know what is in Weirdo. Let's see. Haunted Houses. Dr. Demento. There you go. Language of Music of the Wolves. Narrated by Robert Redford. I think we all need that one. Highway into History. That's a test record. Depth of Image. I don't know what that is. Another Dr. Demento, the greatest novelty records of all time. Chilling Sounds of Haunted Places. Dallas Cowboys Back in the Saddle. Yeah, okay. Robert Graves. I don't know about anything. But yeah, that's a section on weirdos. He has indie. A lot of indie stuff. But a nice place. There's two places, the second store. But 250,000 records that they bought out. But and I'll show you what I bought here. I bought a couple things that are out of my price range, and like I said, I had a little bit of mad money, but I appreciate them. So for some of you, there's even gospel. Now, I am in the bowels of the Preserving the Record Shop at its other location. Those are his $2 records in this middle aisle, and some against the wall here. But these are all $2, about 3,000. He said that's his back stock. But he also reminded us that we close at 6. I might be a while. Hello, boys and girls. I was sort of caught in between pushing buttons, and I don't know why I did that, but it was it was there, and I took advantage of it. And anyhow, Tony P coming at you from the basement, La Casa de Perla, the hacienda. The Queen is upstairs watching the last episode of The Gilded Age. And as you see previously, we were on our way to a record store. Now, there's been a couple days in between us going to that record store and me doing this. Just a lot of things happen around here, around the hacienda. You know, we leave baseball to go into football, so grandkids are into it, and doing other things. I'm not coaching, I'm watching. But that record store has been on my radar now since the first time we went to them. To get the record straight, there are two stores. They are within a block of one another. They're the same owner, from what I understand. And he just had a multitude of records that he wanted, a product, I would say, that he wanted to put out. He had opened the store, from what the owner told me, and then he went on to purchase 250,000 records from another record shop that was going out of business in Allentown, Pennsylvania, if I can remember correctly. And this Preserving Vinyl is the smaller one that you're going to see. The bigger one's Preserving Vinyl, which I will in the future try to do something to get a video from them. They're both very good stores. People are very nice. Prices are wonderful. People are wonderful. A lot of product, from country to rock to punk to heavy metal to black metal to all the other metal that's out there to make an alloy. But I'd like to finish this little video for you, but I think we have company upstairs. And my wife just texted me, and she's pounding on the floor. I'll be back. Well, a couple hours later, that was my son came to visit Sunday. They had gone out to eat and after the football game that we were at today, and they decided to stay for a while and didn't talk. So a couple hours later, I come back down here, and we were talking about that store. And I have to correct myself. I was looking over what I had just done, and the one store is called Preserving the Vinyl. That's where we're going to take a look at. And the other one's called Preserving the Record. Preserving the Vinyl is the second store, the smaller store, not the main store. So that error, because I don't edit crap because I don't know how, and I'm not going to learn. So there. But as you saw, he had a main room with new and used, and he had a basement full of $2 records, and plus his backup stock. And I did find a few things. Now, I have another video that I'm going to do. I'm not going to attach it to this one. It's a thrift store find that I found a couple records finally. But I digress. See that art? I used it. And I just wanted to show you a couple things. And I don't know a lot about the records. I just see other people offering them on their channels, and that's where I get a lot of my hints of what I should buy. And the first one, this was a $5 record, I believe. A $5 record. I think it was a $5 record. No. This was a $12 record. Now, I don't think I overpaid, but maybe I did. You tell me. This was a $12 record, $11.99. This is, of course, Little Feat, Waiting for Columbus. It's their first live album that was recorded over a span of time at a variety of places, I believe. London, United States. And the vinyl is really, really good. And it's marked as is on the label. Now, is this, some of you who are good, this is on the Warner Brothers Pine Tree, is dumbass I am. Palm Tree label. Is that a reissue, do you know? It's got some ring wear on this. It's a double album. And it's live. I heard good things about it. Mazzy's shown us a couple of times, and he's usually my barometer on what I buy, and so is the GOAT. down there in Indiana. I think the code is Indiana. I think, yes. Dawn and Dan, the Stoner Stash Box. He's all those guys. The vinyl picker, NC vinyl picker. They're all my barometers. They tell me, yeah, here's what you ought to get because it sounds good. And so I got this, $12, $11.99. I didn't think that was too bad. Let me see the other thing that I bought that was a little bit more than what I usually spend. Now, I've always wanted this album. Oh, I'm sorry, hit the my tripod here. I've always wanted this. This was sort of a grail. I wanted to find it in the wild, and I did. And it's the Rolling Stones, Some Girls, with the cutout. I paid $29. Too much? Huh? Again, the vinyl is pretty good. You know, it's dirty, and it's got some stuff on it. So tell me, did I do okay with that? And this is the one with Lucille Ball. Does that matter? Because I hear now and then that matters. That they didn't cover her face up. So tell me. Okay, maybe it's a little bit high, but that's all right. You know, I wanted it, and I had mad money. Remember, it was my birthday. Then I went down the basement, and you know, I'm a cheap ass guy, and I always look for cheap stuff, and I consider this cheap heat, and I hope you guys have this in your repertoire. I have this album already. Why did I buy another one? Because this album is so good, and the vinyl is so pristine on this. This is Kenny Rogers in the first edition. It's a comp album. You know, it has the song coming, just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. Heed the Call, Reuben James, You Know I Love You, Mama's Waiting, I Believe in Music. Tell it all, brothers and sisters. If you don't have this, you need this. Cheap Heat, $2. $2. You got to have it. Tell me if you have it. If you have it, tell me in the comments below. Tell me. Another $2. I don't know anything about this one other than it's mountain, and it's by man Leslie West. Probably one of the most underrated guitar virtuosos around the rock era. Just a wonderful, wonderful artist. Again, this album is just dirty. There's not a scratch on it, and I take that back. There's a bump and a bruise on it, but I figure for $2, Leslie West, Mountain, Avalanche. I think this was 74, 75, somewhere in there. I'm hoping you have that one in your collection. Now this one, I saw the movie, and it's a soundtrack. It's called The Strawberry Statement, and it was a movie, and it was during the height of campus drama. I can't remember the exact year this came out. I wish I knew it, but Kim Darby was in it. Remember Kim Darby? Bruce Davison, James Coco, based on the book Strawberry Statement by James Coonan. Crosby, Stills, and Nash are on this. Neil Young is on this. Buffy St. Marie, Thunderclap Newman, Cora Bohm and the Berlin Philharmonic from the Deutsche Grammophon Gesellschaft. Mr. Poetry on Music. Did I say that right? I know the Deutsche Grammophon. I didn't know the other part right. So, and again, pristine albums on here. Both, it's a double album. And again, it's when there was a trials and tribulations on the campus. My master's dissertation, my master's thesis, I shouldn't say dissertation, because those are doctorates. My master's thesis, one of the papers I had to write was on the Kent State shootings in 1970. And if I hunt, I can find it somewhere. But let's see. Chris Montez. Now, Chris Montez, you might remember him. This does not have his big hit, Let's Dance. But for $2, the album's pristine. He has Time After Time, I Wish You Love, Sunny, Keep Talking, Our Day Will Come, The Girl from Ipanema, Little Red Riding Hood, Going Out of My Head, What a Difference a Day Makes, Elena, Yesterday, Just Friends. So, you know, why not? Just take a little chance on some Cheap Heat. Now, I also want to add in here, this past week, the first week of August was my birthday, and my son bought me a record. He always buys me a record. Now, before you go out and flip your wigs, let me tell you something. He got me this record, Time Out, the Dave Brubeck Band. If you don't have this album, go get it. Now, a lot of you are going to say, oh my God, he brought you the doll. Stay away from them. It's terrible. They're bootlegs. I want to tell you something. And I want you to know that this album sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful. And I've heard it on albums before. It's on blue vinyl. It's quiet. It's, in my consideration, pristine. It came with a plastic-lined paper sleeve. There's plastic in there. So I think maybe on this blue collection, they sort of upped their game a little bit. But it sounds very good. It wasn't expensive. I guess you can call that cheap heat too, according to my son. He bought it for my birthday. So, there I am. Sorry for all the delays, but it is what it is. Let me know if you have any of those in your repertoire that you listen to, and be good to one another. May all your records be flat. May your stylus run true. Whoop-de-doo for your Subaru. Elvis is back here hanging out. And I'm going to go. But let me know. Bye-bye. Love y'all.